3.3b, still more linear equations. Let's take a look at some more examples. First one, okay, this is very similar to the last one we did. We want to clean up. So the result of cleaning up this left-hand side, 8 plus 8x minus 12 equals the result of cleaning up this right-hand side. Okay, be very careful here. Anytime you see a minus in front of parentheses, you have to realize that that means minus everything. So I think the easiest way to look at this is like there's an implied 1 there. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you several ways to look at this. So let me get back to my problem, and we're going to do it on the side, and then you're going to decide which way makes most sense to you. I'm having a hard time here getting black. There we go. Minus x plus 3. So we're just going to take a look at this down here. So one way to think about this is that minus is being distributed. So you're subtracting everything in those parentheses. So the result of that would be 5 minus x minus 3. So that's one way to get there. Another way is to think of this as 5 minus 1 times x plus 3, and we saw before you can change any subtraction to addition and change the sign that follows, and then now distribute that, and the result would be 5 plus a negative x minus 3. Are those two the same? Yeah, that minus x is the same thing as plus a negative x. So whichever way makes most sense, do your problems that way, but just be really careful when you have that minus anything in front of parentheses. So the result of all of this we decided was 5 minus x minus 3. We still have a little bit of cleaning up to do, and I'm going to clean up in a couple of ways here. So on the left hand side, what can we do? Well, we can combine like terms. We would have 8x minus 4. And on the right, it looks like we can combine some like terms, the 5 minus 3 to get plus 2. Gather variable terms to one side, and I'm going to declare, doesn't matter, but I'm just going to make it, the left-hand side is for a variable, so who is out of place? That minus x, how do we get rid of it? We add x to both sides. Do you see the result of that? We knew to add that x because negative x plus x, and I'm going to be explicit this time and say that's 0 plus 2, and 0 plus 2 is 2. So normally we don't put in this step, but remember, it doesn't just go away to nothing, it goes to 0. And then over on the left hand side, 8x minus x is 7x, and then we still have the minus 4. So let's just get rid of this little intermediate step. So now we still have to combine, we have to get the numbers on the other side. Let's get what I want here. That 4 is out of place, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. When I add 4 to this side, it's going to go to 0. 7x plus 0 is 7x. Add 4 to the right, I get 6. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 7 and get 6/7. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get away from what I've been doing in blue. If you need to, continue to do that, but we kind of really want to make it look a little bit nicer, and we don't want to see all of our steps. So I'm going to try to go there a little bit. Okay, next problem. Ooh, parentheses and decimals. So to clean up on each side, we're going to use the distributive property. 0.2 times x is just 0.2x, and 0.2 times 3 is 0.6, and on the right we will have 0.1x minus 0.5. Getting everybody on one side and everybody else on the other side, I'm going to subtract, and I'll show it, 0.1x. And when I do that, I'm indicating that I want to get rid of my variable terms on the right. So if I don't want any variable terms on the right, that kind of tells you I'm trying to get them over on the left. If I do the same thing over here, okay, So the result of that is 0.1x plus 0.6 equals, and what we have left on the right is this is 0 minus 0.5, which would give us a negative 0.5. Now we got to get this number on the other side. It's being added, so we want to subtract it. Minus 0.6 minus 0.6, and the result of that is 0.1x plus 0, so I'm just going to write that as 0.1x, and over on the right we're going to have a negative 1.1. We're almost there. We've got x with a 0.1 in front, so I'm going to have to do a little, let me see how much time I have. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work here. Okay, I've got plenty of time. So we're going to be dividing by, to get rid of that, divide by 0.1, divide by 0.1, and let's take a look at this. Okay, over on the left, these are going to cancel because we just get 1x, so we've got x. But what do we have over here? Ooh, we've got a decimal, we've got two decimals in a fraction. Can I show you a short way to do this? If we just move the decimal over one place, move the decimal over one place, the result of that would be negative 11 over 1. And that is equal to a negative 11. So there's a shortcut there. Obviously, you could also divide this, and remember how to divide by decimals. Still move that decimal over 1. You're dividing 1 into 11, so we can see we're going to get 11. So our answer, negative 11. And I think we've got time for one more problem with fractions. Uh-oh, get that up there. Okay, let's get it there. There we go. Okay, to clean up, we're going to have to use distributive property. So I'm going to distribute that 3/8y minus 3/16 equals 1/8y plus 1/16. Okay. Subtract 1/8y from both sides. So I want to get rid of this guy, so I'm going to subtract him from both sides. So the result of that would be 2/8y minus 3/16 equals, that went away because I subtracted it, 1/16. Now to get all of the numbers on the other side, I'm going to add 3/16 to both sides. The result of that will be 2/8y equals 4/16. Before we go any further, can we reduce those fractions? Let's make this simpler. So I'm just going to do this kind of an interim step and just say, okay, 2/8 is the same as 1/4, and 4/16 is the same as 1/4. Oh, this is cool. What can you multiply times a number and get its same thing? Well, I think that is 1, but let's see how we can get there. So I'm going to need to move up a little bit. We've got here 1/4, let me just write it again, 1/4 y equals 1/4. What's in the way is that 1/4 we could divide by 1/4, but we've learned that the shortcut of dividing by 1/4 is to multiply by the reciprocal, multiply by 4, multiply by 4, cancel, cancel. We would end up with on the left y, and over on the right 4 times 1/4 is 1. So we have finished 3.3, and I will see you when I tell in the next videos. I'm going to show you how to clear fractions and clear decimals in one step.